The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 might just be the best camera for creating Reels and TikToks and all of that stuff. Anything portrait, it's a fantastic camera. I'm going to tell you why. But I've got it next to my iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is also a fantastic camera. So what makes the Osmo Pocket a better camera than the iPhone 16 Pro Max for creating Reels? Well, there's a few things, and we'll talk about a few different comparisons as I get through the video. Primarily, we're going to talk about why the Pocket 3 is great at what it does and why I'm using it. Now, I purchased this camera when it first came out, so I've had it for just over a year now. But my use of the camera has ebbed and flowed up until just over 60 days ago, where I started using it daily, and that's where I really started to find utility in this device. And I've been creating Reels every single day for over 60 days now, and I've fallen in love with it. So I'm here to tell you why I think it's the best camera for creating Instagram Reels, TikToks, all the other portrait type video. So one of its main selling points is how compact it is and how well it performs. You can see I have it in the creator bundle here. This is a whole bag full of stuff, and it's about the same footprint as my iPhone 16 Pro Max. If I pull the camera out of here, we can see just how compact this is. If I take it out of its little case, this is all that we're working with. Tiny little camera that fits in the palm of my hand. Now, I can use this camera just as it is, but I got it with the additional accessories so that I can use it with a tripod, I can mount it to things, I have an extended battery and all of that good stuff, which we'll talk about here in a few moments. But it is a compact camera that's significantly smaller than an iPhone. Now, why don't I just use the iPhone? Well, most of the time I need my notes. If I'm creating a video, I probably need a few notes to help me along the way. When filming this video, I have some notes off to the side just to make sure that I don't forget any of the points that I want to make. Sometimes I still forget the points that I want to make. However, when I'm filming a reel or something somewhere else, I need a screen with my notes or with something on it. And you just simply can't film a video on your iPhone and have notes. You can try, but it just doesn't work. And yes, there are Android phones that allow you to better split screen apps, and I can have my camera in one and my notes in another, but that's just too complicated. And I'm predominantly an iPhone user anyways, so I need an additional device for that. And there are some other features that the iPhone doesn't have that the Osmo Pocket has that I'll explain as we get through this video. So first of all, let's talk about the video specs. When shooting in portrait mode, this shoots a 3K video. Now, of course, the iPhone will shoot a 4K 60p video. This will only shoot a 3K 30p video. So the specs are actually lower on the Osmo Pocket. Why would I use the Osmo Pocket over the iPhone? Like I said, I need a separate camera, and everything that's displayed in social media is HD anyways, unless you have something higher resolution, and most of us don't. So with Reels, TikToks, and all that other portrait content, that is being displayed in HD. So I don't need anything greater than 1080, and this has 3K. So it's definitely producing a large enough file size anyway. So of course I have a lot of other cameras, Sony cameras, and all that good stuff. Why do I choose this over one of those? Well, its compact nature and its ease of use. Just simply hand holding it like this, I could hit the record button once, it's going to power it on, and it's in portrait mode. That's the fastest way to get into portrait mode, and then I can triple click on the joystick, and it has now turned the camera around and it's facing me. So I can just start recording easily. I can also double tap on my face and it goes into active track. And as I move the camera around, it follows me. So it doesn't really matter which direction I turn the camera, even facing it this way, it is still keeping me framed up. And then as I rotate it all the way back around, it's keeping me framed. And that is a feature that the iPhone doesn't have. I have to try and hold myself in frame, which sometimes can be tricky, especially if you're doing like a walk and talk and you're walking and trying to talk and record. Having active track is a game changer because it keeps you framed up and you don't have to worry about watching the screen. You can actually look into the camera itself instead of looking in the screen, which a lot of people do to make sure that they're staying framed. You just have more confidence that you're going to be framed up with active track. Now, I also attach some accessories that come with this creator bundle. I've got the extended battery that also adds a 1/4 mount on the bottom. So if I attach that to the camera like so, and then I also pull out the tripod, which I often use because a lot of times I am not hand holding the camera. I actually have it sitting on a desk or a tabletop or something like that. And I probably am holding my iPhone with my notes. And so this gives me the ability to just look into the camera and talk, glance at my notes when I need to, and look into the camera and not worry about what's on the screen because ActiveTrack's enabled. Now, it also comes with a DJI mic. And so with that creator bundle, you're also getting a microphone, and the microphone has pretty darn amazing audio quality. So I will either hold this, sometimes I just hold it because a lot of people do that in videos, they just hold it, gives them something to talk into. Or if I want to articulate with my hands or I don't want to hold the mic, I'll just clip it on myself like so. But lately I've just been kind of holding it in my hand. So I'll have my iPhone right here with my notes, I'll have the mic right here, and I'll just start talking into the Osmo Pocket 3 and record a quick video. Most of the time, I can get the whole video out without any editing, and being that the audio quality is so good, I can just knock out a video, a 60-second or a 90-second video that can go on Instagram, on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and I can just upload it easily by plugging the camera into my computer and dragging the file onto the desktop and then just copying it, delete the file when I'm done. It's super simple. So let's talk a little bit about the image quality. Obviously, that is probably the most important thing to me. If the Osmo Pocket wasn't capturing amazing image quality, then I wouldn't be shooting with it. But whether I'm in kind of this studio environment here where the lighting I have control over, or I'm pretty much anywhere else, this is going to work well for me. A lot of times I will position myself near a window so I can get some natural light. Maybe I'll be in my truck and I have an extra few minutes, so I'll record something really quick. What's nice is that this pouch is easy for me to carry with me. Whether I'm not carrying anything at all and I have my iPhone and I just carry this, or I have my laptop bag, this whole little bag that contains everything that I need can fit in my laptop bag really easily, and it's not a distraction, and I have a camera, microphone, a full setup right there that's ready to go. So regardless of where I need to film, this is ready to go. So it also captures 10-bit video, and it has a D-Log profile as well. So if I wanted to get really creative, I was shooting footage that I was going to match up with one of my other cameras, I can choose a profile that would be easy to color grade match to footage out of my Sony cameras. But where this camera truly shines is just your ability to pull it out and start filming quickly. Now let's talk about the stabilization. I've kind of shown a little bit of that by enabling ActiveTrack. I'm going to go ahead and press the down just a little bit just to frame myself up better because it tends to put me right in the center and I want to be a little bit higher up in the frame, not centered. So I'll push the joystick down maybe 1 or 2 clicks. It'll move me up in the shot. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. And so now I'm recording, and if I move around, then it's going to follow me, which is awesome. And then if I decide to pick this up and I'm moving around, it's keeping my shot nice and stable. And even if I'm kind of a little bit shaky here, it's keeping me relatively positioned in the frame. And so if I'm walking, if I'm doing anything, the stabilization of the Osmo Pocket 3 is going to make sure that my shot is as stable as possible. So why carry around an additional camera for shooting reels and shooting content like that when I have an iPhone that does a great job? I have a whole bunch of different Sony cameras that I use professionally. Well, it really comes down to having a dedicated camera for this type of shooting. When I'm shooting reels, I need a camera that I can go to that I know is easy to set up. I don't have to mess with lenses. I don't have to mess with different brackets. I just connect things, turn it on, and start recording. But beyond that, it's not only great for reels. If I swipe open the monitor and flip it around, so let's flip that monitor back around, I'm shooting in 4K in landscape. And so now I have a camera that's capable of capturing great content, and I don't have to hold the camera differently. I don't have to position myself any differently. It just rotates and does what it needs to do. So whether I'm shooting content that's out in front of me, or I'm filming myself, whether it be in landscape or in portrait, it's very easy for me to capture all of these things without having additional accessories that I need. This is a very simple tool to use. And then when I'm done with the tripod and I want to go more handheld, I just take that off. I've got a nice big grip here with an extended battery so I could film for a long period of time. And not to mention, it's got a whole bunch of other features too. It does shoot photos. It shoots panoramics. It shoots in low light, it has a slow motion mode, and it also has a time-lapse mode. So it does a lot of different things that, yeah, my iPhone can do, but the iPhone only has limited stabilization capabilities, and then it's also my phone, which means it's a multi-purpose device, and a lot of times it itself gets in the way of me shooting content. So I think the Osmo Pocket 3 is the perfect and perhaps the best camera for shooting Instagram Reels, TikToks, and all of that good stuff, because it's designed to be easy to use, compact, and produce excellent quality content that's not so over the top professional that it looks like it was shot on a high-end camera. It still has a little bit of that handheld, smaller device look to it. So I've got links in the description below for the Osmo Pocket 3, as well as some of the other accessories that I use for this device, such as the Black Mist diffusion filter that magnetically attaches to the front of the camera. The Osmo Pocket 3 has been out for a year, but DJI tends to renew this product every 2 to 2.5 years, so we're about halfway through the product cycle. I think it's a solid buy, a fantastic device, and something that you can shoot with every single day. Well, if you found this video useful, make sure to click that subscribe button. My analytics show that most people are not subscribed, so I would appreciate you clicking subscribe. If you found the video useful, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you back in another one soon. Take care.